light sensitivity, soreness, dizziness, the rash.
My groin, killing me. My groin, I'm holding the pull one. Oh yeah.
Usually if you wait till you can visibly see a rash, you're sort of almost more than likely dead. I had a few limb revisions because I wasn't born an amputee. Like my tib and fib grow at the bottom, like the bones. So when I was still growing, they had to come in there and cut them back so they don't pop out the end, sort of thing. I contracted meningococcal disease in February of 2003. I was 13. Just pretty generic symptoms, like I was just sick one night and got progressively worse that night, and just vomiting and fever and nothing you'd sort of say, something's untoward. The next day I was actually a lot better and was going to go to school that day. Ended up going to my nana's house, as you do when you're 13, I suppose. And then just sort of got sicker at nana's that day, and she noticed a couple of other key symptoms, which were light sensitivity and soreness in my joints, like my knees were sore and stuff like that. And then she took me to the GP, and then he sort of diagnosed it as meningococcal, and then went in an ambulance from the GP to the hospital and was hooked up to everything at the Women's and Children's that night. So sort of within a space of 24 hours. I also had septicemia and meningitis in conjunction with meningococcal as well. Septicemia being obviously blood poisoning, and meningitis is more of a neural, mental side thing, but thankfully I'm all normal in the head. Most people would say, anyway. Prostrator, the dude that makes limbs, sort of said it would take about 5 years to get right, and he was pretty spot on with that. It was sort of 5 years before it was like, wake up, put them on, go and do your daily thing, and not have to worry too much. But a lot of trial and error, a lot of hit and miss, especially with me because I've got scar tissue and I've got alignment issues, like past my knees, my legs sort of go a bit like bow-legged and stuff as well, which makes it really hard to try and align artificial legs as well. So I get those for free off what's called the limb scheme, which is a social policy thing from the Australian government. So they cost a fair bit of money. Like just these silicone things are like $800 each, and the sockets will be like maybe $6 grand a carbon fibre each. So I had an X-ray of a bone in your wrist, which is meant to be a pretty good indicator of how tall you're supposed to be. I think I was meant to be 6'5", which is really tall. But I've just recently got these taken up. You can actually see, so I've gone up like 2.5 centimetres. So I've gone from about 5'11" to 6'2" now. So they just put the spaces in these to make them the same length, because obviously going from my new ones back to my spare ones, I don't want to drop 3 inches, otherwise that's going to be a bit orkies. In Beijing, I competed in the 400 freestyle, 200 med, 100 free. Been a goal of mine since hospital, so yeah, I was rapt to make the team. I guess 18 months out, it was probably not all that realistic. How long does it take? 2K time shot or 29 minutes or so? 29, 20. Beijing was my first Paralympics. It was also my first international team, as well as my first time overseas, whether for sport or full stop. So usually swimmers would probably make other teams before the Paralympics, but just just worked out that was my first team. I felt pretty awesome when I touched the wall third and see my name on the wall third and knew I was getting the medal. So yeah, no, I was wrapped at that. In London, I'll more than likely compete in those same events again, but 100 breaststroke as well. I can't recall any times where my disabilities overpowered my self-esteem, definitely. I think it's very much a mental thing. You've got to focus on what I can do rather than what I can't.
Being modest, yeah.
I'm awesome.
Yeah.
Everyone.
Wait, zoom up on that.
I'm not saying
Oh,
that.
yeah. Come on.
Okay.
No, that's actually good media because you get that shit all the time, like people trying to get you to say.
And then people would
Just off the cuff thing, just repeat that. It's like, well, no, because I feel like a dickhead.